Alright, what's up YouTube? This is TK from Comic Insider, TGIF. I hope you all having a great Friday night. So tonight we're going to be talking about Resident Evil. Yes, not the video game, the movie. Like and subscribe, check it out, share these videos. Y'all have a great night. We will see you in the multiverse. God run.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men, and you should like, subscribe, watch, then tell all your other friends to like and subscribe Comic Insider.
Alright, what's up YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, how y'all doing tonight? TGIF, this is TK from Comic Insider. So, yeah, tonight we're doing, Fright Night Fridays. I thought for Fright Night Fridays, something fun that we could talk about is, something that I grew up as, knowing as a great video game when I was a kid, and now as a movie series. I mean, y'all already know that's the 6th or 7th installment in the movie. They're about to reboot it, so I heard, coming up, Resident Evil. So, yeah. And you think of Resident Evil, if you're from my generation, think of Resident Evil and this is probably what comes to mind.
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
So yeah, that's probably what comes to mind when you think of Resident Evil. And, tonight we're not even going to be talking about the video game compared to the movie series because, they're pretty good movie series. I mean, personally, I thought the first and second were the best, and then after, Nemesis, which was, in the video games, Nemesis didn't come to the third video game, but they did Nemesis in the second movie for this franchise, which is pretty cool. But no, we're going to be talking about the very first Resident Evil movie tonight. So, no movie versus video game or anything like that, but no, I thought it would be pretty cool to talk about the movie. I remember when this movie came out, I was still in high school. It was like a couple years, I think, before I even graduated. It was 2002 when this came out. And, there was all this talk in the 90s, ever since the first Resident Evil video game came out. They had Resident Evil 2, which was pretty epic. And then by the time Resident Evil 3 Nemesis came out, it was around the time the first movie came out. And I was, about a year later or so, I was like, alright, this is pretty good. Go check it out in theaters. And it was pretty, spot on. Second movie was pretty spot on. Thought it was a good movie, and I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of the rest of the franchise movie-wise. The video games are, epic. They're great. But, no, apparently, they're wanting to reboot it, and, the actress Melina Jovovich, who's the main star who plays Alice in the franchise, is not too happy about it, which is crazy, because they still want her to play, a character in the reboot. So, let's get right to this. And like I said, this is, growing up, this is one of my favorite horror movies. It was, of the newer generation. Now, like, everything now after the 2000s, it gets to blood and gore movies, and you don't have to have that. Just let a scary movie be scary, right? Let's check out the trailer.
Deep underground, in the top secret research lab, secure.
So there was one thing I liked about, the video game versus the original video game versus the original movie. Underground Lab, the Hive. That was not a thing in the video game series, but it's still pretty cool.
What was that? It's the break!
I mean, I thought the movie aspect of the Hive itself was pretty cool because it put a lot more safety precautions, in place.
Who's the Red Queen?
State-of-the-art artificial intelligence. The corporation's keeping a few secrets, though.
What was it? The video game, it was mainly just a mansion.
is infecting and mutating the whole human race.
Everyone stay at home.
Yeah, they have the original aspects. I mean, zombies, all that, the zombie dogs. Alice, though, in the video games, if you remember the character from the original games, was a scientist. Not the badass you see in the movies. Which is still cool.
She's still standing.
It's a fucking zombie, dude. Yeah, the zombies, the lickers, those crazy creatures. It's a great movie. But they're talking about rebooting it, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Let us know what you think.
Die down here.
Yeah, there's that computer simulation. You're all gonna die down here. That was a trip. That computer simulation, the Red Queen's like, oh, you're all gonna die down here. It's pretty funny. I mean, it has its cool moments, but I mean, it's really, that's a great, that's a great movie versus the on the video game. Like, they're both pretty good. The original video game, you got a lot of cool stuff, and when it gets to the movies, though, I think the first Resident Evil and the second one, Resident Evil Apocalypse, those were epic movies. I think they jumped a little bit too fast on the franchise afterwards, trying to play catch up with the video games and the digital movies. If y'all not seen those, check them out. I mean, anything from Capcom is pretty good when it comes to Resident Evil. But yeah, I remember growing up, and those games were just the zombies. I mean, yes, there was the plant mutants. There was those crazy, what do you call them, the lickers. There's a couple bio freaks in there. I mean, even the second video game, you had that giant mutant with the claw arm / eyeball, shoulder arm. It was crazy. And speaking of that, let's get to a clip from this movie real quick. Let's check this out. Yeah, so check this movie out. Resident Evil, the original one, like I said, that was a badass movie. This had all the cool aspects of the first video game. I mean, it didn't have too many of the mutants on there, but I mean, the zombies and all that, they added the thing of the hive. I mean, it's pretty cool. Compared to how the movies and the games are now, I mean, it's a little bit of a trip now. I mean, if y'all played Resident Evil 7 or even the remake of Resident Evil 2, that is just mind-blowing. But yeah, y'all have a great Friday night, and, like and subscribe. Share these videos, check this channel out, and yeah, Comic Insider. This is the only show that has a clean bill of health from Dr. Doom, Dr. Strange, Dr. Fate, Dr. Manhattan, Doctor Who, Dr. Earbar Thon, aka the Reverse Flash. Y'all have a great Friday night. We will see you in the multiverse. Comic Insider, like and subscribe. Check out new episodes of Comic Insider every week, Tuesdays and Fridays at 8, 7 Central on YouTube and Facebook. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the multiverse.
Comic Insider. You better be watching it.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, I mean, I will hunt you down and find you. I'm trained, you know. You better be watching.
Comic Insider.